Can you get that door closed?
Hey, Braxton.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Braxton. Let's talk about the power of prayer. Prayer. Why don't you say that with me? Are you ready?
The power of prayer.
Wow. That sounds so big and overwhelming. I have to tell you, I'm kind of scared to pray to God. You know, the God that created everything. I mean, everything. I mean, why would he listen to me? I'm one person out of like 300 bazillion or something. I'm sure there are people with worse problems than me, and God should probably listen to them first. But I really have a lot I'd like to pray about. Like, I need a new cell phone. I can't even take pictures with mine. My mom just doesn't understand. But I know. God hears my prayer. He'll make my mom get me a new one. And I have to go to that game tonight. If I don't, my friends will make fun of me. My dad is so uncool, he just doesn't understand. But I know. God hears my prayer. He'll make my dad let me go to the game. Do you really think God answers prayers like that? I actually have to tell you, I don't pray as often as I should. I mean, I pray on Sundays at church, but I'm too busy throughout the week. I mean, God should understand. I have my family, I have the play, I have my friends, I mean, I have homework. Well, you know what I mean. There's just no time to pray. I forgot about texting. Now let's stop and think. Doesn't it look a little silly when we run away from things? Well, how do you think God feels when we run away from him? Now let me ask you something. What do you think we should do when we feel too busy? We should pray. So let's talk about prayer and how important it is to pray. Did you know it mentions prayer in the Bible over 100 times? I mean, the book of Luke has an entire chapter based on the power of prayer. Prayer is very important to God. But let me explain something. Praying to God isn't like texting or Snapchatting someone. It's more like emailing. He doesn't always respond as quickly as we expect him to. Well, think of it this way. You know how you ask your parents for something and they tell you no? So you ask them again and again and again and they still say no? Well, that's because they know what's best for you. Just like God always knows what's best for us. And he will answer your prayer when and how he feels is appropriate. So let's start with me. I'm going to rearrange my life right now. God is first, then family, and then all the other things. It says in Colossians 1:17 that he is before all things, and in him all things hold together. So, remember, praying to God is as easy as talking to your parents. You don't always have to be formal when you pray. Just thank God for what he's given you and ask him to guide you through each day. Pray when you're happy. Pray when you're sad. God wants to hear everything about your life and to guide you all the way through it. It says in Colossians 1:17 that he is before all things, and in him all things hold together. So, when we talk about the power of prayer, don't be afraid. Don't ever be afraid to talk to God. So why don't you say the power of prayer with me? Are you ready?
The power of prayer.